Hey guys, down here in the basement again, making a very quick video. I've had several people ask me about the Daytona cab, noticing it's a stand-up version instead of a sit-down. Just thought I would kind of talk about it here a little bit. Everybody has a problem child in their arcade. And what I mean by that is one machine that always likes to break down. For some people it's a Tempest. For me, it's just Daytona. I've had this thing 3 years, and I've had the board set blow out. I've lost 3 power supplies to it. I've lost a fuse set. And despite it all, it is still one of my favorite arcades. I grew up with this thing as a kid. It's one of my fondest memories. My dad and my sister and I playing this, spending God knows how many hours and quarters in the arcade, heads up. But I always knew I wanted one in my home arcade. But the sit-down version just takes up so much space. And my arcade down here is in the basement, and it's down a steep incline hill. It's not a paved driveway to get back here. It's literally manhandling arcade machines on dollies to get down here. And a sit-down version weighs anywhere between 750 and 900 pounds, depending on how you break it apart. It's just a beast to get down here. So I was on the outlook for a stand-up version. They're hard to find. You can find one. But you really have to look around. The sit-down versions are not that difficult to find, but the stand-ups, it took me 3 months to track this guy down. And it's kind of funny because most of my arcades down here do not work when I get them. I usually, 3/4 of these machines were completely dead or in various stages of dead when I got them and had to restore them. This guy, I bought him, he fully worked. I was so excited. The guy actually had 2 of these. One of them had a really dim, dark screen and had some torn up artwork. Well, I say torn up artwork, it was really, really bad. And that was the one I was originally interested in. I didn't know he had 2 of them, and that one I was going to buy for $700. And then he had this one sitting over in a corner on the opposite side of the room. And I basically badgered the poor guy to death for him to sell it to me. I bought this for $1,000. And at the time, it was a machine that I wasn't going to have to rebuild or do anything for. I could just go play it. So I thought it was a great deal. I was so smug with myself on the driving home with it. Had it in the garage, played it for a couple weeks. Got it down here finally to the basement arcade. It ran for 2 weeks before the board set blew out on me. And for anybody who's not familiar with this particular arcade machine, the Daytona has like 5 board sets in it. It's really a nightmare. And of course it was the main game board logic, board that really burned out. Several ROMs completely melted on the board. It was just a disaster. Basically the power supply went rogue. Instead of 5 volts, it was sending close to 40 volts to the unit here. That being said, sent it off, spent nearly $350 for building the board set for it. Got it back, had it in operation for a week, and then the power supply blew out on it. This thing has been through 2 power supplies in the last 26 months. One was a cheap one, so I'm hoping this hap that I've got in it now, you know, holds up for quite a while. But this board set's also picky. When I say picky, it needs 5.02 volts exactly. Not plus or minus, 0.3 or 0.4 volts. It will refuse to start. We get graphic artifacts on the screen. It's one of the pickiest arcade machines I've had when it comes to voltage. But with that being said, it's absolutely one of my favorites. Just hearing that iconic Daytona music playing in the background, I'm down here, it just brings back so many memories. And as far as gameplay goes, it's just absolutely awesome. I've got this set up for free play. Please select a race course. Of course, I am terrible at this game, especially doing this one-handed. Get a little gameplay in here real quick. Not going to do very well with this, especially one-handed. 3, 2, 1, go! Yeah, even worse one-handed. The monitor and the graphics are just absolutely awesome. Like I said, I'll probably never ever let this one get out of my collection. Anyway, just a few thoughts, and I think if going future, I'm just going to try to share a little bit of info with every machine that I've got in the arcade, a little background history, and hopefully you guys find it as entertaining as I do. Let me know what else you'd like to see. Thanks.